Hi, my name is Steve Maruzzi. We're here at the Bradford White iTech Training Facility to talk about our Brute FT combination boiler and water heater. For starters, I'm going to remove the cover. There are 2 Phillips head screws on the top, 2 on the bottom. Those have been removed today for the demonstration. With the cover removed, I will power up the boiler. We'll wait for our display to synchronize. However, if your display does not come on or liven up, it may be that you had the power switch already on, but somebody shut off the power button. Once this is synchronized, I'll simulate that. So down here we have a power button. Just above that is our mode button, which we'll talk about when we get into our outdoor reset. The lower right-hand corner is our central heat set point, or we can change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius. And the button just above that is our domestic set point. So I will power up the display. Right down here is our central heat set point button, or where we could change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. To set the central heat set point, simply press that button and you'll see a radiator symbol appear on the screen. That radiator symbol is telling you you're in central heat. Now we can get in and adjust the central heat. However, as you can see, I'm turning the dial. It will not change. The reason is we have an outdoor sensor hooked up. So right here, where OS is, that stands for our outdoor sensor. We're going to suggest that you remove one wire from our outdoor sensor. With the outdoor sensor wire disconnected, you'll now see that the outdoor symbol is flashing. I'm going to go back into my central heat set point simply by pressing the button, and you'll see 120 degrees appear on the screen. The 120 degrees is our defaulted setting. We don't know what type of heating system or application you're putting this into. Could be in-floor radiant that only wants 120 or 130 degrees, or maybe it's hydro air system that needs 160, or baseboard heat that would need 180. For this example, I'm going to choose baseboard heat, which would be approximately 180 on the coldest day of the year, depending on your region. So I'll bring this to 180. With it at 180, I'll press select. Now that's stored our central heat set point temperature. If you want to go back in and check it or reset it at a lower temperature, just press the button. Now you can drop your temperature and reset it again. For the example, I'm going to leave it at 180 and press the select button. Next, we're going to get in and set up our domestic hot water. So we're going to press the domestic hot water button, and you'll see the little faucet symbol appear on the screen. That's telling us we're in domestic hot water mode. You can adjust your DHW. So, example, if your state code says 120 degrees, adjust it to 120 degrees and press select. You can go back in and check it very simply by pressing the domestic button. However, if you want to adjust this higher, as you can see, now it won't go any higher than 120. We strongly suggest that you use an external mixing valve. If you're going to use an external mixing valve, we want you to set this set point higher than the external mixing valve. So I'm going to go back in to my DHW. Once I'm in domestic hot water, press and hold the domestic hot water button. Do not let it go. And you'll see a high temperature appear. Now we can adjust this all the way to 140 degrees. So again, with this example, if you have an external mixing valve that you want to set at 120, you want to elevate this temperature a little higher than the external control. Keep in mind, scald factor, we do not want anyone getting scalded. So if you're not using an external mixing valve, set this back to 120 degrees or whatever your local state code is. Outdoor reset is for fuel savings. And how we get into that is we need to power off the display by simply pressing the power button. With the display off, we'll now press and hold the mode button. The screen will liven up and you'll see 1EH. Now we're into our settings. I'm now going to scroll to 6OH. That's our outdoor high temperature. And in this example, I will set that at 68 degrees. Once I'm there, press the select button and it's stored it. The next one is 7OL. That's our outdoor low temperature. Scroll to 7OL, press select. This is our outdoor low temperature for your design climate area. And in this example, I'll bring this to 10 degrees of outdoor air. Once I'm there, I'll press select again. So next, we're going to scroll to 15 OF, which is our off point. That is our warm weather shutdown. It's defaulted for 100 degrees. What I'm going to use for this example is 70 degrees of outdoor air. So if somebody turned on a thermostat at 72 or 73 or 74 degrees, the heat would not come on. You would still have domestic hot water. I'm going to press the select button to store that temperature. And the next one is 16 CH, that's our central heat high. I'll press the select button here, and we'll make sure that's adjusted to 180 degrees for this example. Press your select and go back to your mode button. Next, we can power back on the display. So what we're showing here is an outdoor reset curve. Right here in the left-hand column is the boiler supply temperature to the heating system. And underneath here is actually our outdoor air temperature. So in the parameters, 6 OH is our outdoor high. So in this example, at 68 degrees, if you follow this across, we would only deliver 120 degrees to the heating system. At 68 degrees, we don't need 180 degree supply temperature. We should be able to heat that space with a lower temperature. Here, which would be 7 OL is our outdoor low in this example, is 10 degrees of outdoor air, we will now achieve 180 degree supply temperature. Or anything below that would still deliver 180. Also, for an example, at 40 degrees of outdoor air, if you follow the chart up here, follow it across, we would deliver 150 degrees. There is also another parameter we put in called 15 OF. That's our off. And that example was at 70 degrees. That is warm weather shutdown. Warm weather shutdown is if someone was to turn on a thermostat at 75 degrees, the boiler will not come on. You will still get domestic hot water, however, the heating system would not come on until that temperature dropped below 70 degrees of outdoor air. So you can customize these set points to your region and get better fuel savings.